There you go.
This dungeon gone to shit a little bit.
Uh, oh, no manipulation of any kind. He's just going for it.
My dick fell off.
Circus Church. I will say that even though Shadowbringers, as a whole, was
The
really
tree.
good, it doesn't really culminate until the very end. Like nothing, everything that you're doing seems kind of nebulous, and it's like, but I already did this in like three other expansions. What are you talking about? I already know that I'm a good person and I'll help random people. It doesn't really matter if I'm on a essentially an alien world, like in another dimension. I will do the right thing, but that's not really the point, and it doesn't really become clear until the very end. It's like one of the best climaxes I've ever witnessed in fiction. Period. It's
Travis,
like
come help us. We need a level 79 healer.
level 79 healer. I don't.
No,
The only one that I have up is my tank.
go buy a healer.
Yo, when you're blowing through those quests, I wasn't thinking about. You know what? I should level up. I just bump all that. I got one dude up so I can see the conclusion of this story. I was hungry for it because everything I was doing seemed kind of like I already did this. What is the point? I know that I'm a good person, and I know that the people I hang out with are good people with their own quirks. What is the real point? And it all hinges on the quote fingers villain and his completely correct perspective. If you thought the conundrum and Heavensward was a big deal, oh my god,
Oh my god.
oh my god.
Oh my god.
Because in Heavensward, I completely sided with Nidhogg. I'm like, these guys gotta go. They have to go. I don't care about how good things can be. They killed my man's sister, and they have the nerve and audacity to like butt back. Nah, raise it all to the ground. And then here's the same deal. Same deal. It's like, why? I don't even want to play as the character anymore. Like, holy crap. I mean, I do because of, like, they do a good job of, like, balancing it. But holy crap. I don't feel good about what I had to do. Because they frame it as something you gotta do. And that's just unfortunate. And I can't even imagine what the next expansion is supposed to be about. I mean, what are you supposed to do? It's like power creep. It just keeps. You started out with a realm reborn. You save like a continent, whatever. Then you go to Heaven's Ward. You save an entire race of people from getting wiped out, and then have them combine with the continent that you already saved, because there's another conflict brewing underneath. And then Stormblood, you save like three whole countries, and then add them to an even bigger alliance because the whole world is about to be threatened. And then Shadowbringers is like, but the universe is at stake, the multiverse. And I'm like, okay, what? Yes, like Dragon Ball starts, you're just Goku, you know, beating up the Red Ribbon Army, saving a country or whatever from tyranny. Yeah, it's good. Then Dragon Ball Z. Oh my God, the world, and then Namek, and then eventually the Buu Saga, the universe, and then Super, the multiverse. It's gonna get erased. And I'm like, what do you go after that? The entire multiverse is at stake, and you want to continue the story. What the deuce do you go to after that?
The developers at stake now.
That was the hardest downgrade in the universe, though. Like the Fullbringer arc could have worked if it was more introspective, I guess. Like if it was a real character drama instead of a universal cataclysmic Aizen's going to destroy everything and eat the Soul King or whatever, which is what we eventually got to. If it was something like that,
Go.
I think it would have went over well as like a breather arc. Like, oh my god, these characters are so cool. Even though the universe it was all worth it, saving the universe for these cool dudes. And they're small petty conflict, but it's a different kind of conflict, so you can kind of palate it. It's not just I gotta go save Ruki again. Oh no, but now I gotta go save Orihime. It's something completely different. If they did it like that, or if Kubo went in that direction, I think people would have liked it. But he didn't. So shrug. No, just deafen. No, just deafen. Because background noises.
Should we get to it then? Pick up anything that seems the least bit device-like, and we'll make ourselves a pile.
Well, if it isn't the hero of the hour, maybe you'll change our look. We've found bugger all without you.
Biggs! Wedge!
Aye, aye. Well, we could hardly say no to a call for aid from the Scions. Jesse called it the chief of some other business. So we'll be working twice as hard to make up for his not being here.
Thrice as hard, even.
Thank you, both of you. I'm sure we'll find that beacon in no time.
I'm not seeing anything out here. Do you reckon you could squeeze in there, Wedge?
And get stuck halfway? No, thank you.
I could try if you like.
Tataru, no! We couldn't ask you to do that.
Oh, I'll be fine. This receptionist is not afraid to get her hands dirty.
Now this is pod racing.
Sorry, I meant to say, the scholars haven't finished their preliminary assessment of the site yet, so we're not supposed to venture too far in. What's that you got there? Now that looks promising.
Isn't that the Ironworks symbol? Counterfeiters?
Now I have you.
You are right.
What's happening?
Stay with me. Focus on my voice. Let expanse contract. Eon become instant.
Wait, this must be it. The device. Oh, this is supposed to happen.
Throw wide the gates that we may pass.
Oh, safe journey, warrior of light. Find our friends and bring them home.
Isn't it for fated reunion?
And thank you for showing me
The dawn's light will shine again.
Oh, do not look at me so.
You're slaves to a tyrant! There's no freedom in that!
This is one battle you cannot fight. Away with you!
Oh, I get it now.
We did everything right! Everything that was asked of us, and still it came to this!
Your time has not yet come.
Ah, that actually got me. Yeah, good timing. How did that kill me last time?
From endless dreams I awake. Something vague, yet urgent, calls me to action once more.
Rare to meet someone out here who's not a peddler themselves. What brings you into the wilds this time of night?
You intentionally wait a long time just so I could lose a lot of damage?
Well, if it ain't the oldest joke in the book. Me grandad, God's rest his soul, used to tell that one to the barman at kicking out time. And when, pray tell, did we last have a dark night? You rotten old drunk, you, he'd reply.
Yeah.
Over 100 bleeding years ago, that's when. You got that look down to a T. I'd almost think you meant it. Ah, got to you, did they? Poor beggar. That explains it then. Well, I've roads to travel and wares to sell, but you'd best hurry along to the town nearby. Just head east through the trees and aim for the Shining Tower. You'll find the place soon enough. 'Tis the biggest settlement for malms around. Go on now, friend. They'll take good care of you in the Crystarium.
Dizzying heights it rises, the gleaming spire. Its tip threatening to pierce the blinding canopy. There, it will all begin anew. Between dark and light, the pure and the corrupt. The one true struggle.
Yeah, Lakeland is very purple. Oh boy. Yeah, some people would like to describe it as like post-apocalypse, but I would describe it as calamity because the apocalypse hasn't really consumed the world just yet.
Halt!
I guess in a way, that would also be. You could say that cutoff line is the apocalypse, but considering things are still happening, I wouldn't say that. Also, given how time moves.
Every face in this city I know. Yours, I do not. This is the threshold of the Crystarium, stranger, and I am its gatekeeper. If you would enter, you will answer my questions. From where do you hail?
That is your home world.
The source.
So it doesn't really matter what you say, she gives you the same answer every time. Yeah. If only
Had
she
you given me
appreciated
an
this.
honest answer, I would not have barred your way. We care little here for a person's place of origin. But instead, you chose concealment. And I will not suffer you to pass.
Okay.
That one had eaten. It must have gulped down the whole hand, ring and all.
Everything all right, Captain?
Quite all right, my lord. Just a stray sin eater, and a weak one at that.
I see. Weak or not, we should be on the lookout for more. But I see you've met my guest. I will escort her to the Crystarium myself, if you've no objections.
Another of your mysterious friends, is it? I should have known. Very well. I'll inform the others your guest is to be given the run of the city. Pray forgive my less than cordial welcome. May the rest of your stay with us be a pleasant one.
I hate that so much.
Come with me. I will answer whatever questions you have when we are somewhere more private. Right then, before we plunge into the wheres and wherefores, let me first thank you for answering my summons. I had intended to bring you directly to my personal quarters, but I fear my aim was slightly off. That you are still able to make the crossing unharmed is a great relief. So, we come to the question of where. The realm in which you now find yourself belongs to one of the 13 reflections, or shards. The first, to be precise, even if its inhabitants are largely oblivious to the fact. As to wherefore, having been awarded the rather grandiose title of Crystal Exarch, I, in my capacity as caretaker of the Crystarium, thought to seek the aid of you and your companions. An inkling, yes. I can only beg your forgiveness. Matters here forced my hand, but all shall be explained in due course, I promise you. Let us begin with the glaring skies up above. Here in the first, the world has been all but consumed by primordial light. It began a century ago, by this realm's reckoning. A luminous flood swallowing everything in its path. More than 9/10 of this star was lost. And the fortunate few who survived are hounded by abominations born of that catastrophe even now. Sin Eaters, we call them. The creature you saw earlier was one such monstrosity. It was to save the first from this menace that I learned to bridge the rift between worlds. That I might call upon the aid of the greatest of heroes.
Like whatever it's gonna
Though
be.
it meant depriving a world of its champion, I had to try. For in saving the first, you would bring salvation to the source as well. But what manner of host harangues his guests in the middle of the road? Let us continue our talk within the Crystarium.
Meditation gauge? Wait, what?
Oh boy.
So an interesting thing here is my dick.
I think the setup is very strong.
My dick is very strong. Hey, you just put out what's it called. Wait, are you recording or are you what's it called? Oh, nice. My dick just does it again.
Such a proud and vibrant city. The sole sanctuary for the living in a world all but resigned to.
Oh, by the way, since I was playing tank for
stone was
the
laid
entirety of this expansion,
the town itself a symbol.
when we got to like
to defiance in the face
the
of
last dungeon, this is something that also happened when I was finishing a Realm Reward going into Heaven Reward. I had to save the run because my entire party died. And it was like the coolest thing ever because it was so fitting that the Dark Knight of the party was the one that saved the day. Right at the very end.
Goddamn weeb.
I know, right? This also happened in the realm. I think it was, what was his name? Friggin' Midgard Stormer. You fight him on the ship. Everyone died, and I had to use Limit Break 3, and it was like him versus himself. Well, that was so freaking hype. Getting to re-experience that again at the very end when the climax was already godlike, and then going straight into, oh my god. Revisiting that memory feels good. Hopefully, you'll get to do something as cool as. Oh. Oh, bloodbath. The same. Feels good. That everybody gives you the commendation. Oh god, dude, you're so cool. You're so awesome. I want to be just like you, Michael. Yes. Everybody's like, I guess leaving Africa was the biggest mistake of all humanity. We should listen to this guy from now on.
It feels so good to be level 80. Where's Kirby offline? What? Why? Lies. I don't believe it. We're all no lives here. Come on, Kirby. I'll do this trial, then I'm gonna follow dice around for a bit. I do. You probably just switch classes. Chicken's the one to get this child going.
Hello? Dice there. Are you there, Kirby? Yo, Teddy, you there? No.
Wait, what are you trying to do? You should stop recording if you're AFK. Your file is just going to get super huge, and you're going to have to cut out. You need to go into an editor and cut out all of that dead airtime. Also to